Hello viewers and welcome to yet another episode. In this video, we are going to talk about links in HTML. Have you been wondering about how to create link in HTML? Then in this tutorial, you are going to learn everything about how to create link in HTML. Now, before I continue, when we talk of link, what is a link? When we talk of links, links are found in nearly all web pages, and links allow users to click their way through web pages or websites. Now, when we talk of HTML links are made up of what? Hyperlinks. And when we talk of a hyperlink is a text or image that allow you, or when you click on the hyperlink, it jumps you to another document. So a hyperlink can be text or image. Now, to create a link in HTML, you need a specific tag called the anchor tag. This is the anchor tag. Then you have your anchor tag close. Now, this anchor tag have some syntax here. You have to get your href attribute. That's the attribute for your hyper. And this attribute here is going to tell the destination. So you set your attribute or the href, that's the hypertext reference of your link. Now this one is going to show the destination of your link. So you can say HTTP before I put an address there. So this one is going to be your URL, and this one is going to be your link text. This is what will display to the user. So if I say visit Google, now here we can decide to give a hypertext reference as http www.google.com. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to save this. So I'll go to File, Save As. Then here, I'm going to save it in I have a folder here called the HTML folder. So I'm going to save it in it. So you can choose to save it any name that you want. I'm going to give it an index.html. If you don't know how to save files, I have videos on introduction to HTML, and you can watch those videos and learn how to do that. Now, I'm just going to open that in the browser. Yes, now we have our link created, and this is the link, visit Google. So if I click on this, now here we go. You see that it has taken me into Google. Now I can do whatever that I want. So if I come back to, I will have my same website. So this is what we are going to do. But we cannot do this alone with a link. We can do a lot of things. Now, what we can also do is that we can link different pages. In your website, let's assume that you want the user to be taken to another page. So here, I'm going to say about us as a page. So I'm going to create a URL. So within this page, I'm going to have my list created. So I'm going to say about us. So what we are going to do is that we want, when the user click on this about us, we want to take the user to our about us page. So we can link it. So we can link this about us. We can link it here, and we can set the href. Now, inside this href, we are going to set the name of the page. So to create a link like this, that's the interpage link, you don't need to write the HTTP because you are linking two different web pages. So what we are going to do is that we are just going to write the name of the web page. So let's assume that this one is going to be about.html. So we have our about.html. So we are going to just link this. Now, I'm going to create a new file. So let me first of all copy all of this. And so I'm just going to paste all of this here. Now, inside this, I'm going to say index.html. I want the link. So when we come back, then we click on this one too. It will take us to the home page. So I'm just going to say index.html. And here also, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to just write home there. So I'm going to also save this file also. I'm going to save it as about.html. About.html. Now I have it saved. So when I go to my website here, okay, first of all, let me save all of it. Now, let me go to my website here. Now, when I refresh, you see that I have about us here. So when I click on it, now I have a home here. So what am I going to do? If I click on the home, it will take you to about us. And if I click on, so this is what they use for different pages. So if you want to create a website which will contain different pages and you want to link them, this is how you are going to use about us. Now, we can also create another link. So this is what we have as a link. Now, for example, we can create an intra-page link. And when we talk of intra-page link, we are talking about a link within a page. We are talking about bookmark. For example, I have a books, and I'm going to say this one will be chapter 1. So let's say CHP1 represent chapter 1, and the href we are going to leave it like that. And here I'm going to paste another thing, and I'm going to make this one chapter 2. So within our book we have this, and I'm going to take a dummy test, and I believe if you talk about that, a dummy test is just any test that we use in the HTML. So if I click HTML dummy, HTML dummy test. Now this is a web page for a dummy test, and what we are going to do here is that I'm just going to copy this meaningless test and use it in our web page, because we are going to create a link within it. So I'm just going to copy this dummy test, and what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to create a p tag, and I'm going to paste all in that. So I have my paragraph tag created, so I'm going to paste everything in that. So I have all the dummy tests here. And what we are going to do in this episode is that, let me paste it again. So we are going to create another paragraph here. So before I create the paragraph, I'm going to give a header, H2 header, and I'm going to call it chapter 2. So I'm going to say CHP2. So what we want to do here is that I'm going to give this header an ID, and I'm going to set it to CHP2. And this ID, don't forget your quotation. So it's going to be CHP2. And this ID is what we are going to use to link this. So here, I'm going to create my paragraph and paste. So I'm going to create the paragraph here and paste everything inside. So now I have my dummy text pasted here. So now this ID that we have set here, we are going to use the ID. So we are going to call the ID here. So when I come to the HP2, that I set here. If you look at the CHP2, so I'm going to call the ID here CHP2. Now here too, I'm going to create another chapter header 2 elements, and I'm going to have my header 2 close, and here too I'm going to call it CHP1, and I'm going to give it an ID of ID is equal to CHP1. So we have this here. Don't forget your quotation, as I always say, because you have to put it inside quotation mark. So inside this ID, I'm just going to call my CHP1, and here we go. I have this saved. So now I have forget one thing. You have to bring your hash sign, and this one is indicating that it is an ID. So you bring your hash sign, then you save it. Now you go to your browser here, then you refresh. Now when you refresh and you click on chapter 2, you see that it has taken us to this page. So this is our chapter 2, and if the text were to be money, you see that we have it. So it's taking us down to the chapter 2. So if I'm here, I click on chapter 2 and you see that it has taken us. So now this is links, and let me wrap up here. We have talked about 3 types of link, and in HTML we have 3 types of link. One, we have the intra-page link. This is what is called intra-page link. When we talk of inter-page, we do created a link here, and that link was for about us. So if you are in this page and you click on about us, it will take you to the other page that we were in. That is what is called an interpage. And intrasystem is what we use, the www.google.com. If you are in your website and you want a link to take the user to another different website, that is going to be called the intrasystem links. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please just help me by subscribing to the channel so that you have access to my upcoming video.